Alright guys, so in today's video we're going to go through some Star Trek Picard leaks. Take these with a pinch of salt. They may not be true, but some of them have already come true, and we're going to talk about the rest of the leaks for the rest of the season. But 4chan Star Trek Picard leaks turn out to be true. This is an article over on Bounding into Comics, and it basically begins by talking about the rumors shared on Twitter by a 4chan user by the name of Angry Mr. Flibble, and they detailed how Daj, the female lead we saw in the trailers, being helped by Picard, is a new form of Lieutenant Commander Data, and she's not the only one. She has his twin sister. We know her name is Soji. She has a positronic brain. The twins are a new embodiment of the android, effectively his daughter, but somehow also the continuation of his consciousness. I don't know what the hell that's about. It doesn't make any sense. What do they call it? Fractal neuronic cloning? More like fractal moronic cloning. It sounds ridiculous. The leaks also detailed that Bruce Maddox is going to be back. He, of course, was first seen in the second season Next Generation episode, A Measure of a Man. And at the end, he kind of reconciles with Data. But now they're making him out to be the villain. So it says here, the creator of Daj is modeled, wouldn't you know it, after Donald Trump and will be the main antagonist. Stop. Please stop with the Orange Man bad and the Trump derangement syndrome. I'm really hoping this isn't true. Now, just as a quick aside, they did this on Star Trek Discovery with the main Klingon villain in the first season. He was supposed to be a stand-in for Trump, and his rallying cry, Remain Klingon, was supposed to be like Trump's slogan, Make America Great Again. It was just ridiculous when they did that on Discovery, and probably alienated a lot of Trump fans. Donald Trump is not some incredible supervillain, okay? This Orange Man bad hysteria is like the Emmanuel Goldstein effect. He is not the literal embodiment of all evil in the universe, okay? He's not as great as his biggest fan makes him out to be, but he's not anywhere next or near as bad as his biggest critic makes him out to be. So the leaks detail that he was behind the android rebellion as seen in the Children of Mars short that crippled the Armada charged with rescuing the Romulans from the supernova. Okay, so we've got more leaks for the rest of the season. So and because this, you have to take these leaks with a grain of salt, of course. They may not be true, but some of these do look very convincing. And as we say, so far, some of the others have been proven to be correct, as we've seen in the first episode. So the leak continues, stating that Dr. Beverly Crusher will be confirmed to be dead by episode 9. It's a bit harsh. So I take it we're not going to see Gates McFadden again. If that's true, it's killing off a main character from the Next Generation off screen. That's not going to be a popular move. It also details that the two agreed that a relationship between them would not work. This resulted in Picard living alone. The article goes on to say Alison Pill's character, named Jurati was the scientist that Picard went to see in the Daystrom Institute in Okinawa, will be revealed to have been born a male. If that's true, it wouldn't surprise me given the progressive woke times that we live in. The character is also expected to be to a comedic back and forth with the emergency medical hologram, so there's going to be an EMH on this as well. The character of Rios will die in order to save someone's life toward the end of the season, but will technically be available for a second season since his EMH doppelganger will take his place on the crew. The leak continued, saying the show would touch on the opioid crisis we're seeing in the United States, as Raffi will be revealed to be addicted to painkillers. Boy, that sounds uplifting. And I know that Star Trek has dealt with drug addiction in the past. In fact, in a season 1 episode of Next Generation, Symbiosis, they dealt with that. But the point is that the Federation and people in the Federation had moved past it. So I don't know why we have to bring it up again. Star Trek was depicting how good the universe, how good our world could be in the future. That we could have this utopia where war and poverty, disease, starvation, and indeed drug abuse were gone. We'd moved past them and we'd built a better world. It might be utopian, it might be unrealistic and idealistic, sure, but the fact is it was nice, good family escapism. But now apparently drug addiction is back in the 24th, 25th century. And so I don't know why we have to go there again. So, though at some point earlier in the season, it looks like she was able to get clean, she ends up relapsing later in the season due to Narek. Depression. The league, it's more like a soap opera at this point. The league adds that Hugh is working for what's left of the Romulans. He is dismantling the Borg cube in order to harness its technology, as well as deprogramming the drones and rehabilitating them. 7 of 9 will join a group called the Fenris Rangers. Bit of a cringe name. They are described as a group of people helping refugees around the galaxy. She also has a gripe with Starfleet due to their passive role in rescuing Borg drones. This all sounds believable to me. I don't know if any of this is true. Of course, we will find out as the season progresses, but it does sound believable. Sounds credible. The Romulan agent Narek, turns out Narek was introduced at the end of the first episode, of course. He was on that Borg cube, the Romulan reclamation site or whatever. He was speaking to Soji, and I said that he looked an awful lot like emo Spock, actually, from Star Trek Discovery. Turns out to be the ultimate twist of the first season. Not only was he truly behind Maddox's attack on Mars Utopia Planitia fleet yards, but he's a Borg sleeper agent, assimilated but not activated until later. Like, is he currently a Borg sleeper agent? What is a Borg sleeper agent? This is not how the Borg operate. All right, the Borg don't operate in subterfuge. They just assimilate you, and that's it. They're a hive mind. All right, they do everything overtly, not covertly. They don't operate like an intelligence agency. They don't use secret agent spies. This is not the CIA or Section 31 or something. They're not the Romulans. They're the Borg. All right, this is, again, they're taking serious creative license with Star Trek here. He's assimilated but not activated until later. That's not how the Borg operate. It's not how they work. When you're assimilated, you're activated as a Borg drone. That's what you become. Right? They don't maintain your physical appearance and your personality as an individual and then activate you later on. When you're assimilated, that's it. You start to spread all sorts of Borg nanites throughout your body, and then physical changes start to happen. You start to sound and act like a Borg, and that's how it works. And so now we have Borgs that don't look or sound or act like Borgs. They just look and sound like normal aliens, like Romulans. In the same way that we have cloaking devices that aren't cloaking devices, right? In the first episode, Remembrance, Dahj makes use of some sort of cloaking device that makes her invisible to security cameras, but not to the audience, and not to the Romulans, and not to Picard. Right? It's just crazy. A cloaking device makes a ship or a person invisible. Her cloaking device does not sound believable. It sounds like magic. And in the case of Narek, assuming this leak is true, this sleeper agent story, well, this is another sleeper agent story. We had one in the first season of Discovery with the Ash Tyler Klingon story. It sounds like a little bit of repetition here. Then there's a connection with the Kelvin Timeline Trek films, as we learn that the Narada, the mining vessel used by Nero to follow Spock into the past, which caused the new timeline, was in fact augmented with Borg technology. It's how they ended up with missiles, even though we've never seen a Borg use missiles, but whatever. The leak details that Season 1 ends with another TNG-era connection, with Q making his first yet short appearance in the last episode. Anyway, I'm really hoping that some of these leaks turn out to not be true, because I don't really like the sound of them. But let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.